Hey there, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to take a look at the energy for the week of October 11th through the 17th and how to best utilize it. We are coming off of that gateway energy of the 1010. Well, actually, we're really in the middle of it. And so now is your chance to choose what it is that you want and stride forward. Okay. So your overall energy of the week is this expectation. This expectation is the phoenix rising from the ashes. Look at that. That is beautiful and perspective. And so as it rises, it gets a higher vantage point and you can see more. And so he's also standing on a hill overlooking the valley below. And so the more that you can pull your energy out and take a higher perspective, the better to understand what the current situation is. This week has some kind of interesting up and down energy. It kind of looks like a roller coaster. So Monday's a really great day because it's kind of like the calm before the storm. So it's a good day to really feel into what the nourishment is of the universe and the flow of the abundance. And it's also using that higher perspective to start seeing where the path is that you want to go, the direction that it is that you would like to move in. And so there's a lot of opportunity with that. We start out the week with the moon in Sagittarius as we get up in the morning on Monday. It's going to cross the galactic center. It's going to sextile with Jupiter, which is one of its, Jupiter is a co-ruler of Sagittarius, or it is the ruler of Sagittarius. And so there's a really beautiful conversation about where it is that you want to expand and how far do you want to expand, right? That perspective. And so astrologically, other than that, the day is really calm. The moon is going to move into Capricorn at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the United States. And so when the moon moves in, there's this energy of, okay, so let's get to work. What are the first steps? What are the first things we're going to do? How do we move from here? So this is okay. All right. So, Leo, you have horse, care for others and let them be free, and the wolf, be independent but work together. And so what these two cards say to me when they are together like that is that there is a situation, there is a person, there is a work or family members, or honestly, I had a child that required a little bit of this too, where you're there for them, you provide what you can, but you don't allow their situation to dictate your emotional sense of well-being, right? So that's the independence, that coexistence, the synergy of working together. So care for others, help them out, be there for other people, yes, but don't give all the pieces and the parts of you away. You give the time and the energy that is required to work together, but that means that they also have to do their part. If you're the only person putting in the energy, then it's not synergy, right? So be independent, but work together. Work collaboratively. Care about what's going on with them. This could be at work. This could be at home. You'll have to, for each of you, it could be a little different. You'll have to see where it fits into your schedule. So Monday, astrologically calm. Tuesday is a hot mess. Tuesday, that moon squares off with Mars, which likes to fight, and Uranus, which is like lightning bolts out of nowhere, tower moment kind of energy. It does square off with the sun. The moon squaring off with the sun, that is that push me, pull me, like what I feel and what kind of action do I want to take with that. It squares off with Mercury, emotional outburst, and it squares off with Chiron, which is about being triggered on a very deep emotional level. Usually childhood woundings kind of show up there. And so this is Tuesday's the angry person alert day. Just heads up. So how do you avoid that energy? How do you steer yourself clear of it, right? And it is by not being too emotionally invested in a situation. You can offer suggestions. You can offer support. You can do your part. But when other people do whatever it is they do, you can't control that. And if you can disengage emotionally from that, you might get through the day. I do think that inside of us, though, this week, I think Tuesday moving into Wednesday, we all go, you know what, that situation is not working for me. No, we need to make a change. So the question becomes, how do you make the change? Because on Wednesday, the moon is going to conjunct with the deep transformative energy of Pluto and Capricorn. And Capricorn is about taking the steps, the action steps to make the change, to get to the direction you want to go. I don't know if you can see that ladder there, but there's a way to move things forward. And so there will be a power restructuring going on, at least inside of us, that kind of lights up the spark, that initiates, that allows us to take the higher perspective and go, okay, here's the big picture. How do I make this happen? Okay, so that is kind of that energy. And then on Wednesday at 4:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the moon's going to move into Aquarius. So I do want to encourage you to check out my daily readings that I do over on Facebook. We go into the details of the day, 3 to 6 minutes on those videos. If you want to, in case you think you might forget to be worried about the days to be a little more cautious, that information would be over there. So I'd love to see you over there. Come and hang out. For those of you who are playing along locally with the situation, the discounts that are available at the store that I do readings at, it is, I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter is a mantra for this week. And that, Leo, is a mantra for all of us. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. We have just stepped through that gateway. We have stepped through that gateway of 1010. We have the opportunity to make a major change in our life, and we are divinely supported. Bigger, better, and brighter. So you have, again, the need to take the higher perspective. You have the Eagle King. You have the Eagle King that came out. So this is when the moon is in Aquarius, and it's there Thursday. Thursday, it's going to conjunct with Saturn, which is now moving forward. It's going to trine with Mercury, communication, but it's going to square off with that energy of Aquarius, but it's the Uranus in Taurus. And it is that thunderbolt, that lightning strike. And so here's the opportunity to problem solve by out-of-the-box thinking. Out-of-the-box thinking. But to do that, you need a higher perspective. You got to see more of the pieces of the puzzle. So allow yourself to do that. So you have big picture and angelic help. You have the Spirit Whisperer, divine guidance and higher knowing. Boy, they are really bringing it home that the higher you fly, the better you can see what the next best steps are. You have the Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity. Oh my gosh. Have the expectation that things are going to work out. Have the clarity to know what the steps are going to take. This is amazing. Okay. And, all right. So that's that energy. But going along with this, I do want to say that on Thursday is a really good day to do more listening than speaking. Take in the information. It is not about you communicating your wants and needs as much as you listening to other people. Because when you can figure out what triggers them, what their issues are, that's how you problem solve, right? It's like knowing what the actual problem is. And the actual problem is they're being triggered, they don't like, they have these unmet needs. That's always the problem, right? And so to solve that, you listen and you gather the information to figure out what that is. And so you have a chance to work with somebody in collaboration. So again, it could be personal or it could be business. For some of you, this is definitely a week where you're working collaboratively with your romantic partner, because we do have the sacred union, partnership and romance showing up, and the Lady of the Mirror, reflective and non-judgment. And this is key. When we are in relationships, particularly the romantic kind, there are people reflecting back to us the things that we need to learn to grow, and we're doing the same for them. So when we are seeing something that we don't like in them, it's probably something we don't like in ourselves. Or if it's something that they're taking so much of your time, blah, 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 then the question becomes, do you know how to manage your time? Do you know how to create the safe, healthy boundaries for yourself? Saturn is in Aquarius for a reason, and Saturn is taking part in all this energy over these days. So when these things are being reflected back to you, what is it that you can do that's different? What is a higher perspective? What is it that is being triggered in you that is finding this difficult energy? And they're not done with this lesson this week. This is kind of the lesson of the week is how can you get something bigger, better, and brighter? And part of it, most of it, they're saying, is when we can resolve in ourselves that which is bothering us, then we know how to manage the other energy. Okay, so now we're getting glitchy. Sorry about that. Is that clear? Oh, that's so funny. We just had a plane flying by. It's flying low. I wonder if it disrupted the signal coming in because we're having a local festival, and so they've got the planes up. All right. The moon is going to move into Pisces at 10:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. Saturday is probably Sweetest Day. I think it is. So if you're in the U.S., check that out. If I were you, I would just pretend it is Sweetest Day anyways and go do something lovely and nice for people because people are going to be really annoyed. Annoyances are bubbling up. People are going to be testy. It is the energy. And so what is interesting here is we have in the heart chakra, we have trickery. Trickery is about, I don't want to share what I have in the way this is depicted. And so how can I get what you have? And so I want to caution you and encourage you to appreciate what you already have, because we have balance and we have joy. And so you have the opportunity to manifest a balance in your joy in your life by focusing on the joy and understanding that there's a lot of illusionary energy going on with the moon in Pisces. The moon in Pisces, it's hard to really see what's real and what's illusionary. And so part of the trickery is how you're feeling about what's mine and what is yours. And how are we reflecting ourselves back and forth to each other? There's a lot of fear. There seems to be a fear of lack when I'm looking at that card. And so releasing your fear of lack around whatever it is. It could be fear of lack of love, of appreciation, of financial resources. There's a sense of, so releasing that, because what you focus on is what you're going to manifest. So instead, focus on what brings in the joy and the happiness. What are you passionate about, so you can regain the balance, and that allows you to create the safe, healthy boundaries that allow you to make your way through this week in a way that really helps. And so the perspective is take a higher vantage point. Check out the world that you live in, that you create. Understand you are co-creating it with others and with the divine. And seek the joy. Have the expectation of joy. Expect that the changes that you are choosing to make at this time are going to create joy in your life. And even if they're difficult and even if they're challenging, you are being divinely guided and divinely supported on this journey. So it's a pretty exciting week. I do want to also say that on Sunday there is a potential that you may have to stand up for yourself to bullies and be willing to do so. I think it'll be important. Have the sense of self-worth and self-esteem, and know that you are worth having all the joy that you can manifest into your life. All right. I would love to see you over on Facebook at Moonlit Waters. Last week, your mid-month came out, if you have not seen that yet. And in 2 weeks, your monthly reading will come out. And of course, I'm back here every week. So you guys take good care. I wish you success and I wish you joy.